Yep, Rosie, this is the captain's quarters. Loser's quarters of the captain's quarters. Maister versus Skittles, game 1. Actually, I'm gonna switch the names since different character icons. Let's take just a second. I believe this matchup is pretty even from what I've heard. Both characters can get pretty good kills on each other. And while Young Link has a huge mobility advantage, has better combos, and a lot of his stuff is faster, Game & Watch's hitboxes are so much beefier. He's better at just getting raw kill setups, and in addition to that, he's also got the Reflector, which gives a dimension to his neutral that Young Link doesn't really have a comfortable answer to, other than just CQC options in general. Even though he usually can't get anything particularly meaningful from absorbing projectiles with Bucket, it's still a decent projectile that you can just launch in their face and do decent damage to. Yeah, that's for next time, Sarah guy. I had some other ideas I was going to try and work on for this, but I kind of got distracted by a lot of things changing recently, and so I decided I wanted to keep it simple for tonight, and then focus on that stuff later. This is a pretty close game though so far, but I believe Maister has a pretty solid head-to-head advantage over Skittles, if I remember correctly. Thank you, PS Lamist. I really appreciate it. Trying my best to give you guys a little something to look forward to every once in a while. Same reason I don't compete, it's not about me. Skittles, though, is starting to make a really nice comeback here. Maybe tonight will be the night where he rectifies the wrongs of the past, where he was so close yet so far to getting those W's on Maister. Dude, those F-throw buffs from 7.0 coming in strong. Skittles finds himself with a lead against, as far as I know, one of his biggest bracket demons, both online and offline, if I recall correctly. Maister's starting to bring it back, but Skittles' conversions are still just making such a big difference. Whoever gets the first combo is going to have such an advantage here. Right on cue. Now Maister has to apply initiative, start taking risks. Is that it? Oh my god, that almost killed. Dude, that's such a scary situation. The slightest misstep and you just die. Is that it? Great DI by Maister. One more good hit though and that's it. I'm pretty sure. That F-throw is so close to killing. The next one probably will. Oh yeah, now that he's racked up that extra damage, that will absolutely kill now. Or that. Great call out on Maister advancing there with a turnaround arrow conversion, securing himself a lead. Good for him. Maister though, I know this man is determined to keep Skittles in the ground. This is far from the first time he's done it. I'm sure he intends to keep it that way as long as possible, if not forever. Alright, game 2, counterpick. I imagine... Battlefield. I'm assuming he's trying to live longer so that he can maximize gimps and also maximize platform combos. With that in mind, I'm slightly surprised this stage wasn't banned. Unless maybe there's something far worse I didn't think of. Oh my god. What a beautiful stock from Maister. Just smothering so many options. He just did like a solid 140 damage uncontested. Yeah, that's it. Wow. I guess he got the wrong hitbox, so... Hope still lives for Skittles, although... This game is looking pretty grim already. Yeah... Making a comeback in a matchup like this is... not the easiest thing to do with how neutral-centric both these characters are relative to each other in the context of this matchup, but... I mean, it can happen, but Skittles is going to need to absolutely ascend into a god. He needs the Mount Olympus trip, like, right now. It's not looking good. Yeah, and it just keeps getting worse. Every tiny little advantage, Maister is just pushing further. Although Skittles had a good tech read to confirm that down air setup. It's not completely lost. He's gonna have to become a miracle worker, though. Right now, it looks like Skittles has just decided his main thing going forward is just to focus on using projectiles to make Maister move forward, and then catching shield. Notice how he's shielding almost everything that Maister does with up B out of shield, with other things. He's just not taking any risks whatsoever. He's telling Maister, you are going to have to take some kind of risk if you want to push forward. And right now, his eagerness to finish this game seems to be causing just that. Skittles is taking advantage of it, breathing some life into this game. What a comeback this would be for him, and what a psychological edge it would be to reverse 3-stock your bracket demon and go up 2-0 to boot. Skittles is looking incredible right now. The slightest misspacing, though. He had a great idea, but Maister caught him with just the tip of the bomb, denying the comeback. I have to imagine he's breathing a very deep sigh of relief at this point. I'm not in the tournament, alien. I'm just the TO/commentator dude. I've just been chilling all night. Yeah, that would have been such an amazing comeback, not only because reverse 3-0ing or reverse 3-stocking someone of Maister's caliber is incredible, but also just because it's in a matchup that's not volatile by nature. Yes, Pugar? But no, Captain's Quarters ways, and for anyone else who's curious in the chat, it happens on a bi-weekly basis, Friday nights. So if you guys are interested in competing in the next one, sign up before July 24th, which is when the next one's going to be, alright? PS2 counterpick? Interesting. I'm assuming Skittles likes this stage because the long flat lanes without platforms around allow him to control space that much more effectively, specifically with arrows. This might be his best stage for that reason, actually. I have to imagine, though, the fact that Maister is even allowed this in the first place means that while this might be maybe Young Link's best stage, this is just based entirely on conjecture. Perhaps there's something in the context of the matchup that's actually far worse, and thus we find ourselves here. That would make total sense, and oh my god. Yeah, the bacon combos into chair, it's not the most practical setup, but if you get the right hits, that's literally a combo. It's amazing if you can get it. It's not really that most practical since you can't rely on specific bacon hits to hit them anywhere in particular, or to come out at any particular time. But hey, if you recognize that they are in fact in the right place, you can make that happen. Skittles is bringing it back a little bit though. The only problem is he's still taking a solid 77, 83 damage just uncontested. His problems just continue to grow as he's unable to just close out these stocks and just rack up damage. In such a grindy matchup, even just a tiny bit of damage can go an absolute mile towards securing sets in your favor. The average amount of neutral interactions that will go into deciding any average game means that all those tiny little combos, all those everything, they mean that much more. You're preventing that many more neutral interactions from having to be won. So one of the reasons why having such a good combo game has always been one of the main hallmarks of a top player. You by definition will have to win neutral however many less times in order to win a game, which can be a huge deal breaker. Skittles is able to bring it back only to just take another absolute massive swath of damage. Skittles? I saw you for a second. You still took 20, 40. Oh wow, that was a great presence of mind by Skittles to realize that that was going to present itself as an opportunity. This is such a scary percent! And just like that, Skittles finds himself in the driver's seat. And what a pivotal point to take it to. No matter what, even if Maister wins the next game, he's going to have to deal with Skittles on his counterpick again. Even at best, he still has to win another game on a counterpick and also win a game on his counterpick. Are they going back? Interesting. Alright, there we go. Bro, my man's Sonics forgot to check in for Winners Finals. So I just noticed that the bracket technically DQ'd him. So I un-DQ'd him real quick. My man. You gotta check in for your match. It's no biggie though, I got him. I reset the match, so it's all good. We'll still get our Winners Finals after this set. But yeah, that'll be the next setup is Sonics versus Cola in Winners Finals. Oh wow, excellent call out on the roll in with up smash, and maybe the reasoning behind going back to Pokemon Stadium is if he can win on this stage, then he'll be that much more ready to win on this stage in Game 5 as well. It's an interesting thought process, deciding to go back to this stage after Skittles counterpicked to it and won. Oh, Darkstrike X? That was my main graphic designer, Wonder Nick. He's fantastic. He's also the one who is making tonight's top 8 graphic. That'll be posted as soon as the event is over. Either way though, Maister has found himself in a great position to really push forward and force that Game 5 that he needs. Alright. Skittles, though, is not that far behind. He's one solid read away from finding himself in the position he needs to maybe secure this set. Maister has just been a struggle for him. A thorn in his backside for far too long. Wow, that comboed from all the way over there. This is actually a pretty close game all of a sudden. Skittles has brought it back. Is he gonna secure this game on his counter pick? Oh my god, 54 damage. And all of a sudden, Skittles is on absolute fire. Dude, for a second I thought he forgot to up B, and he just died. That's it! And with that, Skittles has defeated an online demon of his. 3-1 with a fat comeback to boot. Alright, I'm gonna let Sonics and Cola know they're up next. Alright. They're gonna be here in just a moment.